Welcome to this episode of the Faster Than Lightspeed podcast. I am your Captain Kenny with my special XO.
Joey.
More excitement, Joey. I get that it's early in the morning.
Yeah, this is the earliest we record the podcast.
Well, earliest in terms of time of day.
Yeah, and I got to bed at like 2 o'clock last night.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? I'm tired.
You should have slept later then.
Yeah.
So, I didn't tell you what this episode's going to be about.
No, but can we like, so how's your day going, Captain? Because we're skipping that part, I guess. How's your day?
That was our how's your day doing.
No. What do you mean? All right, I got news.
Hold on, news isn't right now.
Oh my.
Right now it's the episode overview.
Oh my gosh. You're going out of order. Chaos has ensued. The podcast is going downhill.
I have the format right here. All right, so today, yeah, I didn't tell you what the topic is going to be.
If you've read the title, you probably know more than I do.
Yeah, they would know. They will know. Because today we're going to talk about world building. What makes a good fictional world feel real and interesting.
Oh, yippee.
And I'm thinking that I think kind of what we're going to do, we're going to kind of do a little bit of world building. We're going to build our own little world. Okay? For maybe so.
I don't know. I felt like you should have told me this stuff in advance so I can get some good examples going.
No.
Me and my brother always try creating our own world, and it just never goes right.
We try working together. Whenever we try working together on one, it doesn't go right.
We have such contradicting things.
Well, for this though, we're gonna create a little science fiction world. We're gonna create the universe of Lightspeed. Okay.
Oh, whoa. Oh yeah. By the way, guys, welcome back. This is season 2 of the Faster Than Lightspeed. Yes, it's season 2.
No, seasons are 100 episodes each.
What? No.
Yeah.
No. Remember last episode? That was the season finale. This is the new.
You said that.
This is the new season. We took our 3-week break, and now we're back.
You said that.
Yeah. So welcome back, guys. Please leave a like and comment on what you did over the break, because we want to know.
So we'll get into important news first off.
Yes.
Did you have something you want to start off with? Otherwise, I have something.
The first thing is the Smallville animated show.
Oh, sure.
Officially happening.
Well,
original cast.
Are they recording it?
Not yet.
So I don't know.
We'll probably talk about it more, I say, when we do a Superman and Lois thing.
Oh yeah, because we're huge Smallville guys.
Yes.
We watched it when I was in high school.
That was our first show that we watched together.
8 years ago. Maybe that's true.
Because I was watching that when I was in 6th grade.
Okay.
So you were probably in high school, maybe?
Yeah, I was in high school. I remember being.
I think that was the first show.
I remember being in sophomore English.
Yeah.
And I was drawing some Superman symbols, or more Smallville symbols. It was like the Superman shield, but it has like the 8 in it, which was like, I don't remember if that was their initial idea for the House of L in that show.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, no, it's just the Superman symbol later on.
Yeah, we were like I think we were like before the binging, like when people just binge TV shows. We beat them to it.
Nah, I don't think we were.
Like, now people have Netflix and all that stuff. This was, like, pre-Netflix, I think.
No, because I binge-watched stuff on Amazon Prime before we watched Smallville.
Yeah, but still, it wasn't as big.
We'll go into my piece. There was a new Shang-Chi trailer.
Oh, forgot about the Shang-Chi trailer.
Which, again, looks pretty good. It doesn't show crazy new stuff. It really focused more on the 10 rings, which we haven't seen up until now. We heard about the terrorist group called the 10 Rings. This more shows. They're more like bracelets, though. They're not like rings. Yeah. They're not like rings you would have on your fingers. Yeah. And they seem to do a lot of concussion blasts, these rings. That's one. That's a bit about it. And you also see at the very end. Did you see what was at the very end of that trailer?
What? I don't remember. I watched it once.
Because they're in that like sort of Fight Club area.
Oh, and then there's Abomination.
Yeah, Abomination.
People were saying that maybe
Wong. Yeah. I heard I guess maybe spoilers for that. I heard the rumor that what was his name? Mordo, was that his name from the Doctor Strange movie? Supposedly he's gonna show up in that. I don't think that was him though.
No, I actually think they're gonna avoid Doctor Strange. I don't think it's Wong.
But he did magic though.
It could be some other fat guy.
Yeah, it's a sorcerer. Whoa,
Yeah.
you're calling him fat.
What?
Yikes.
No, like Wong is a beautiful man.
That's still a yikes.
But it's not Wong, because as I told you before, I think they're very much going to the direction of Shang-Chi's going to be like one of the main characters of the Earth-based storyline, and Doctor Strange is going to be like the multiverse storyline.
Okay.
And I don't think they're going to like have Shang-Chi be a part of the multiverse storyline. Maybe.
I don't know, dude. You don't know what those rings do.
No, I guess not. Is he going to
they
get
do
the rings?
cool
You're assuming he
concussion
gets the
blasts.
rings. We haven't read the comics.
No, we don't know anything about that. What's your next piece of news?
The Halo TV series is losing both of its showrunners.
Oh.
Is it going to be
Wait,
canceled?
they're doing a Halo TV series? Another Halo series?
They've been wanting to do it forever. Forever. It's been like streaming. It was on like cable. It's like, wow, cable?
Well, they've done series. They've done web series before. They did, what was it? The first one they did, it was like it was Forward into Dawn. That was like their first web series. That was, okay. It was kind of interesting. Remember that one's like pretty nuts. Because it's the character from the game, one of the UNSC, the to-be captain of the Infinity, Lasky. I think it's Captain Lasky. And his time in the academy, and then at that time in the Halo world in UNSC, they really are worried about just insurgents, this sort of insurrection that's going on within humans, like the human faction. And that's what his struggle's about. Like, should we really should I really fight against these guys? Maybe they're, I don't know. I don't know if I should go to war. And even though his family's all been at war or whatever. I think his brother was an ODST, and he has like web calls with him. Yeah, and then in like the last, like probably 2/3 of the way through, alarms start sirening at the academy, and the Covenant's there. It turns into a completely different show.
Yeah.
As it turns into this alien invasion, and there's like bits of hints before about like, oh, maybe they're, one of his friends are finding out about the Spartans or whatever. Like, oh, check out this footage of some people in weird armor. They're pretty big. Then it's just alien invasion, and they get saved by the Master Chief. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the other one was through their Halo Waypoint, which was about Locke from Halo 5. I think it was more of a lead up to Halo 5. I only watched like the first episode of that. It wasn't that great. It was like Nightfall, I think it was called.
By the way, guys, I am streaming at Twitch.
Hold on, leave that till the end.
Oh my gosh! But this is a good time to plug it in because we're talking about Halo.
No, you plug at the end. All right.
No, but I'm streaming on Twitch, guys. Wait until the end to go hear more details.
So, what's your next piece? Did you have? Oh yeah, you said this was about a Halo show or whatever.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't know. I don't need a Halo TV show.
I think they had
Remember
an actor
Spartan
down
Ops?
for Master Chief.
Remember Spartan? Well, they had a actor for Master Chief they had Colossus from the X-Men movies. He played Master Chief in those. He did a fine job.
But I think they got a new actor for this show, and I was like, you know what? It's happening. It's full throttle. They're excited. Who knew that making a Halo show was gonna be that hard?
I did.
Really?
Well, obviously it's not crazy hard because they've basically done it before.
I mean, you can just remake the games into a TV show, and people would be happy.
No, you can't. That'd be dumb. I don't think people would be happy about that.
I think enough fans would be happy.
No.
Really?
No, because that's going to be expensive. And why do you have to remake something that people already think is good?
I don't know. I'm just thinking, if you can't figure out a story, you got plenty of good stories that people would love.
Well, there's also a bunch of books that you could maybe just adapt.
That too.
That'd be more lucrative.
But those books are like like people talk about Master Chief versus Doom Guy,
Okay.
and the only argument for Master Chief to win is use the one from the books, because it's like Master Chief punches a spaceship and it crashes into another moon and destroys the moon. Have you read that stuff?
No.
Like snippets, like it's insane.
I've seen like YouTube videos of like Master Chief from the books, and it's just you glitching across the entire map.
Yeah,
glitch
it's
flying across the
insane.
map.
Master Chief is like,
Or you're like, this is sped up times
like,
100.
can I do this stuff in the game and just not know?
No.
Like it's like, wow.
Yeah. Anything else on that?
Definitely not happening for a long
No,
time.
that's not happening.
It's gonna happen.
No,
it's gonna happen.
They'll do another web
Halo
series
is-
before that.
Halo is such a beloved franchise.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
I don't know.
But man, it's how many people have been off and on the show. I remember talking about this show for like 5 years.
I don't.
Really?
No,
It's been
because there's been web series.
there's been
stuff.
talks about this show. Literally, I think for 4 or 5 years.
That's like almost as long as Obi-Wan,
Yeah, true.
which I still have a hard time believing might be happening.
It's filming right now.
Is it though?
They are. Yeah, it's
Have you
filming.
seen images of them filming?
No, there's probably some leaked images that I don't
There
want
you
to look at.
go. There you go. All right. Do we want to get into the main topic? Do you have any more important news?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So, we are going to talk about world building. All right. I've got a bit of a list of some important bases of world building. Okay. So like what are things that you focus on when you're world building? Okay, when you're starting from scratch. So like my experience in world building is I'm a dungeon master. That can be easy world building because half of the work is kind of already done. You have your technology and magic and systems and all that done. And you're really focusing on the factions and side characters, right? And possible storylines. What's your experience, Joey?
I mean, I don't think this is the case for everything, obviously, but you can just create the characters and base the world around those said characters.
That's not what I asked you. That wasn't my question. Maybe listen to my question.
What was your question?
My question was, what's your experience in world building?
Oh, what was my experience?
Yes.
I remember I used to make fan fiction for Star Wars. That was pretty fun, which was just me adding on to the world.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah, Star Trek.
Well, we would always do that. We would have our own Jedi characters that would fight in the Clone Wars, right?
Yeah.
And we'd have, that was when we were doing Legos, right?
Yeah.
We were going to make Lego stop motion movies.
Yeah. You're talking about D&D. Legos.
That was original. Yes. But that's not really world building because we didn't world build in there. We made characters. That's character building, which I consider somewhat separate to world building.
Really?
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, character building is not required, or what would it be? World building is not a required thing for character building, but character building can be a necessary component in world building, which we can get into. So like fan fiction or that sort of thing, right? When you're just playing as a kid and maybe you're a Star Wars character, that's character building. I consider that. When you're you're designing your Jedi, which is fun. That would be another component of Dungeons and Dragons, right? You'd be
Sure.
When you're a player, you're making your player character, which can be almost just as fun as world building, actually, because you get to think of your backstory and all that. But yeah, sometimes the character building leads into world building when you're thinking of backstory and you're like, all right, what types of maybe groups or family characters may have you had? Where are you from? But yeah,
And we're back, guys, and we're back.
What's your experience in world build? Because I would consider when we were playing as kids, when we're that fan fiction doesn't count as world building. Not really.
Okay. We had our own shared universe sort of things where we were like on different continents.
Well, we would, yeah, you can say we did a lot of it for fun.
Yeah.
We would just like to world build. I guess there was a time when I was reading the Lord of the Rings books and stuff, or we were just really into that fantasy thing before we found D&D. And we made this huge fantastical world, kind of along that line. That initially that was going to be Lord of the Rings, like fan fiction almost, like a spin-off thing. But that kind of became, I decided that I shouldn't just link it to this, I should make my own thing. And that's when the world of Altan was made. Is that what you're thinking? Or
Yeah.
I think it was I think the world was Arcs, but my like continent was Altan.
Yeah. Then basically our world that we created together fell apart because we didn't know how to merge the two.
Well, because we would argue about the numbers wise as to what armies would win against what.
Which is so impossible. Because my world was always supposed to be a lot more magical.
Yeah.
Based. A lot more, I think, as I told you, more like D&D.
You wanted like high super magic. Almost.
Yeah.
I wanted low magic, probably more like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Right? Low magic.
Yeah. I mean, that's like where we always just butt heads. Like, I don't want all this magic in the world. And I'm like, well, look, this is just what makes my area special. It makes mine different than yours. But when we try to merge the two, it's like, I don't want that there.
But we would go in depth, or at least I would, about like the origins of it, like the god of it, and
I didn't like that.
And these sorts of what would you call it? A pantheon. That's it. Yeah, and there was that whole thing in that world. But we're gonna do more of a sci-fi world here, right?
Okay.
Talking to the mic.
Okay.
Look up from your phone.
Sorry.
Get off your phone.
You took forever trying to think of it, getting like bored.
But we're gonna make our own world. Okay. Today we're gonna make more of a universe. This is gonna be a science fiction thing.
Okay.
Because Lightspeed is a property. Okay. Where there's Captain Lightspeed, right? We're going to create the universe of Lightspeed today. So, I've got some important bases that we're going to... So, here are the important bases of world building. I have character and the potential story. I have that as one. I have the environment. So, maybe it's a galaxy or a universe. Or just a planet. Or, whatever. I have the technology, which can encompass, which I've got some bases of that, and there's the history of this world, right?
I don't know how long you want this episode to be. Because this will be literally an all-day project.
No, we're going to, speed run this.
No, we're not.
We're going to speed run. No, because, okay.
Okay, I say because this is going to be a sci-fi thing, I think you said, right?
Yeah, this is sci-fi.
I say we should throw realism out the window.
Yes, yeah. I was going to say it's going to be along the lines of those sort of science fiction serials and, like a Farscape.
Or, I was going to say Firefly, but I like Farscape more. So we'll go with...
Yeah. I'm thinking more high sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
So, alright. So, yeah, let's speedrun this up. So,
who are our bad guys? Let's start with the bad guys.
No. I don't... In this world, we'll get into that in a bit. So, we're going to get into characters. So, we have our main character, who is... What's his name? This is Lightspeed, but what's his, full name, would you say? It could be... No, we'll just call him Lightspeed. Okay?
Okay, speed run. Let's go.
I'm thinking that his sort of... I was thinking he could be like a John Crichton or like a Star-Lord type character, where maybe he's displaced and he's in this sort of expanded universe.
Sure.
Or what do you have? Who do you think Lightspeed would be?
Somebody who's always wanted to be in space.
Okay.
And maybe comes from, or has kind of like built his own sort of thing, his own hyperdrive. Super smart.
You don't think this is too much like John Crichton from Farscape?
No.
I think so. Well, we could also get into who's this. He would also have. I'm thinking like the adventures would take place on this sort of small ship. A lot of the story will just be like them, like these two characters talking between. So you have to decide, because Lightspeed could also be more of like a Jack Sparrow, like he's the experienced space traveler, and maybe this other guy is like the noobish one.
That doesn't make sense though, because we've been playing the same games forever. If you're referring to the second person being me, which I think you are.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily you. Not necessarily.
Also, when I'm gone to college, right? Would you get one of the girls? Would you get one of the girls to continue the podcast while I'm gone?
I don't know. Probably. I don't think so.
Or are we taking a break on the podcast, like an actual break?
We'll see. We'll see how you can record. Because I was thinking, you always say that you want more aliens around. So I was thinking the second character could be an alien of some kind. What would his name be? No, it has to be something people can pronounce. All right.
We need some sort of a good alien name.
Like
Valko.
No.
Write it down. That's it. Got it. I don't know. This is a whole.
Has to be
stage
catchy.
project.
Has to be catchy. No, we're speedrunning this. We're speedrunning this.
We don't need to think of names.
Yes,
I know my
character.
How about we do my Twitch name? We'll do Ash Pacer.
There we go.
That way it's Lightspeed and Ash Pacer.
Yeah. Is that one word or two words?
I put it as one word, but the P is capitalized. It's like, think of it like Starbuck.
All right.
Because remember when you asked me
So
that one day?
is he an alien? What type of alien is he? Do you have any idea what type of alien he would be? Like, what's his personality like? Is he kind of skittish? Is he nervous all the time, or is he like more of a silent type? He's not silent.
Oh, it's me. I'm not silent.
Right.
Let's say he's hyperactive, smart, funny.
Okay. Yeah, and Lightspeed can be more of the straight-faced guy.
Sure.
Like he's the more calm and whatever.
Yeah. He's the one that's in charge for a reason.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, we'll say Lightspeed is from Earth. Yeah, I would say it's pretty ambiguous how he got into space, into this larger universe. Maybe.
Sure.
It's like he's been around. Like he's a veteran of this. You know.
We don't know, but we don't know.
He's like up to the point where Star-Lord is like, oh, he's been around. He knows how the technology works. You know, he doesn't have to necessarily worry from it. Yeah, we'll do something. He's a veteran of spacefaring. Yeah. So then, yeah, I was thinking. So like, what's this sort of story overview? We don't need to think of too complex of a story. But I was thinking that the story, moreover, or at least what we would like ever do of it, would be just kind of talks at like while they're in the cockpits. You know?
That's the show.
That's the fun. Yeah, because that's when it's like, all right, the adventure just happened. Now we're in the cockpit of the ship, and they're just kind of talking about maybe what just happened.
What if it's like a show where we're like trying to go to like the oh my gosh, what's the other galaxy close to us? That's not the Milky Way. It's the
Andromeda Galaxy.
Yeah. What if we're just on our way to the Andromeda Galaxy? And we just talk about our past stories.
No, I don't think
and
so.
We're just like, we're stuck. We're waiting to get to the Andromeda Galaxy. We just have all these years.
What if we have like a? Oh, we could have a third character.
This is the worst episode. No one's watching.
No
one's watching this.
We could we have a third character.
No one's made it this far.
We could have a third character that's like this sort of starship AI. That's the AI for our starship. That's just
sure. Why not? This is a wasted episode. We don't.
What's the ship called? What's our ship called? I would imagine it's like a small sort of like Razorback type of ship.
The Inconvenience.
The Inconceivable.
That's not what I said.
I know that's not what you said, but that's what I'm naming it. Yeah, the sort of smart ass starship AI, the Inconceivable.
I like the Inconvenient more, because that's like, we're just those two people like, we're the people that come in and ruin everything. It's so inconvenient to the bad guys.
No, because we're doing the inconceivable. I don't know.
Like, we're like, oh my gosh, these two had to show up.
So I mean, yeah. So yeah, we could say the story's just them trying to make their way in the galaxy, probably, and they get into antics. And I think most of what you would hear, like the actual story, is just them in the cockpit and like the aftermath or whatever. So it'd be just kind of making their way through the galaxy. Just trying to what's Jango Fett's line?
I'm a simple man just trying to make my way through the universe.
Yeah. Yeah, making their way through a dangerous universe.
We may as well have done the Return of Starbuck episode. We would have more people listen to that.
No,
we would have so many more people listen to that. Because it's funny, it's clever. We can just talk about Battlestar Galactica for an episode. And like, in particular...
We can do that later.
It's... because we don't have a Battlestar Galactica episode.
We don't need one yet. So, what do we think the sort of environment would be? We know it's this sort of this universe.
Did we finish Gotham like a year ago?
Stop trying to change the subject.
This is more important. People want to listen more about this than two guys in a cockpit.
No, now we've got like a...
This just seems like something that you're going to put a logo on. It's like, look, it's Ash Pacer and Lightspeed. Look at them in the cockpit. Oh my gosh.
Hold on. So, the environment's going to be this sort of large, expanded universe, right?
Guys, if you actually listen to this part of into the video... comment that you were here, okay? And you're probably gonna be the only one that comments it. So congratulations.
Sort of, universe, sort of science fiction universe. What would be some factions in this universe, Joey?
What comments did we have on our last episode?
Oh my gosh! Stop.
Okay, what were you talking about?
We're trying to figure out the environment. So it's this sort of universe. It would be a universe. Like, what would be, like, some groups in this universe, would you say? I'd say there's maybe some sort of merchant guild.
Oh.
Okay.
A little daring, are we?
That's kind of... That is always trying to get Lightspeed to pay his, like, dues to them. And Lightspeed's like, no. No thanks.
Well, a Jabba the Hutt type. Or a Ferengi type.
Maybe. So what would we call this guild? Any ideas?
I don't know. What if we have this one race though, that's like an alien race, super mysterious alien race, and we just know nothing about them, and we just find their remnants everywhere.
The Starhopper Guild.
And we call them the Ancient Ones.
Yeah, we'll call it the Starhopper Guild. And they're just all about business.
Look, I want to do a Pirates of the Caribbean themed episode this week, guys. That would have been so much fun. We would have had some fun discussion about Pirates of the Caribbean. Good old Captain Jack. Captain Jack Sparrow!
From there.
How's Pirates life? Is it good?
We're not talking about that right now.
I don't think it's too late to switch the
empire?
idea. I think we should switch the topic
No.
idea and go back to Pirates of the
No,
Caribbean
we're
because
not
that's what
doing
we're
that.
gonna do. It was smart. It was
So we
clever.
have
We
the
watched the
Starhopper
movies.
Guild, and we need some sort of larger empire or government that rules over most of space.
Should we have an like kind of too much government sort of thing that kind of oppresses the people?
Well, yeah, like a sort of peacekeeper or like a Kree sort of thing, right?
Let's just not make a good faction. And we're just two guys kind of on our own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So yeah, is this overarching government? I'm thinking like the because they're gonna be this sort of call it some sort of confederacy. We could just call it the Confederacy.
Yeah.
Let's call it the Confederacy for now.
In Star Wars, literally the names are just the Republic, the Empire,
Right. Well,
the Separatists.
it's the Galactic Empire,
Resistance.
and the Galactic Republic, Joey. So we'll call it the Confederacy. Just they have a monopoly on government. Really, that's what these guys have.
Yeah, they just are everywhere. Sure. Why not? I mean, I'm so tired.
Yeah, stop yawning.
I need to take a.
Stop yawning. And
I need to take a nap today.
That's why you need to drink like juice in the morning. Get a little bit of sugar in you.
I like drinking white milk though.
You're a milk drinker. That's what they call you in Skyrim.
Yeah.
You a milk drinker? That was a bad.
I won't play Skyrim again until I play like the original Elder Scrolls games.
Now, Elder Scrolls, they have good world building. To tie it into our topic for today.
It's not great world building.
What do you mean?
It's in depth. But just because it's in depth, that doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, wow. That's pretty controversial.
I'm excited to go play those Elder Scrolls games, though, and really fall in love with that world. But it probably won't be this summer. Because I gotta go play all the Halo games,
So we get into technology, okay? So this one we can go through pretty fast. So like communication, do they have interstellar communication? Would you say?
Sure.
Like,
oh, what if you might like this, where we are, like we're the Pony Express.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, and that could be our jobs. We're the courier. We are a courier ship, right?
Yeah.
You're always on about couriers.
Yeah, because I like Fallout New Vegas. Now that's good world building.
Here we go, Joey. Yeah. Courier based. Let's see. Courier base requires ships. Requires messengers to transport information to other stars.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Well, this is coming together. It's coming together.
Yeah.
Now we actually got like the plot on what we're doing. And then in between like our voyages, we like, wow, that planet was weird, and we just talk about the planets that we're just on.
Now I'm going back to the story overview, and I'm making their way through a dangerous universe as interstellar messengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We deliver messages, stories, news. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We go to this planet, we say, hey, is the Halo series happening? Is Obi-Wan Kenobi really happening? Is Obi-Wan Kenobi really happening? It's like
there's no pictures.
No, they haven't. Even though they have a full cast, literally all set out. Everybody's on board. Director and all writers.
So then we go into transportation, right? So we know they're using spaceships, right?
Yeah.
They have spaceships. Do they just have hyperspace, or is it something
skips.
more?
Let's go skips.
What does that mean?
Whereas this thing of Starburst, basically. Only just like you like teleport to one area, then you have to do it again.
So more like what Battlestar Galactica does.
I think that's another good option.
I want them to be like moving though through space still to a degree.
I guess that would make sense for our world. Sure, whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Because what are some other types of like faster than light travel? Because you talked about that.
Stargate.
Stargate's a good one, yeah.
That's not one that we can really do.
Right, I always consider that a very unique.
You can go around the sun. Maybe use a gravitational pull, like in Farscape, the beginning episode.
Mm.
But then you would have to have a star by you.
Right. Which could be interesting. That's like Andromeda then. You can't go in Andromeda where they use slipstream, where you travel along almost these like, what is it, interdimensional rails that really only connect between stellar bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if they're like between star systems, they cannot enter slipstream most of the time.
We can just do that. I think that's a good idea.
Could do something like that. Yeah, we can do a slipstream variant. I'm just gonna kind of write that down.
I think that's very similar with the Borg do, I think.
Ours will be more based off of like gravity to some degree, right?
Because why gravity? Tell me why gravity.
Well, because
Interstellar?
No, I'm just thinking because if it's based off of like these sort of stellar bodies, those generate gravity, so that'll be the thing that's common amongst all that, right? So
I'm excited to watch Interstellar again. Oh, are we watching The Patriot for around 4th of July?
We'll see. I don't know. We'll watch.
Are we going to have a 4th of July episode next week? Where we talk about our favorite 4th of July movies?
Is that next week?
Yeah. Next week Sunday is 4th of July.
Maybe we should.
Our favorite 4th of July.
We'll get into that later. We'll get into that in the future.
I think that's a smart idea. I think that's a good...
Yeah, we'll think.
It's a good holiday. We are a patriotic podcast.
Careful.
That's not bad, guys. We're getting close to 4th of July. It's like when it's like November that maybe like, oh, I hate our country. But then when it's 4th of July, everybody's like, yeah, America.
All right. So we're gonna do a slipstream variant based off of gravity because that's what different bodies generate. They generate gravity. So we're gonna based off of gravity. That's what I'm gonna do. So they're like almost riding along waves of gravity.
Yeah,
you can say something like that.
Sure.
BS.
It doesn't need to be realistic.
No, it doesn't.
It also includes delta particles.
Sure.
And omega particles.
Delta versus omega particles.
Because who knows what those are, right?
Right. Okay. All right.
Covered with plasma.
No, that's dumb.
Okay.
Plasma's a real thing.
So. It is a real thing. It's one of the states of matter that everybody forgets about.
Then the third,
at least I forgot about
third and what I usually consider last technology is weaponry, right? Are these guys, do you think they have energy weapons, or are they using projectiles, or more like missiles, like propelled weapons?
Let's say energy weapons exist, but they're just not good.
Okay.
Like, you have to use them in space.
So, I'm thinking like ship weapons right now. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Energy weapons, guys. I think that's just fun sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, you're thinking like...
Will our ship have one, or would we have to have our character be smart?
Right, we could have him not have weapons, like a Firefly.
Like, he would have to go be in like a cloaking, like when he goes into a cloud, then to go lose the enemy. But then there's a minefield, and then there's a minefield. And all the mines go towards our ship, and we're like running away.
No, they're not doing it right now. We're in the cockpit afterwards, and we're talking about...
Yeah, and then we're talking
how
about
that was so interesting.
Yeah.
They go through that minefield. So we could say energy weapons. We could say that the Inconceivable does not have weapons. We could make.
I like the inconvenience so much.
No, we're not.
They don't be like the Outer Worlds where your ship name is the Unreliable.
We would say that Ashfacer always calls it the inconvenience. But no, it's the Inconceivable.
It's the inconvenience because we're such an inconvenience to everyone.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine like, hey, do you want to go get this? Hey, do you want to take this package for us? Like, yeah, don't worry. The inconvenience will do the job.
It's so dumb. Another technology that you could sometimes include, depending on your story, is you could always do medical technology. I'm not going to include that because, for the sake of this, we don't need that. Then there's history. What type of history of this world is there, do we think? So, just in terms of the Confederacy, maybe, we could say that maybe the galaxy once was what you thought, what you have conceived for Star Wars, where after a time of every planet has been for themselves, right? One planet kind of rose among them, and just kind of, their military and their technology really advanced far beyond most of the other planets.
Think of old Republic, like the very beginning of the universe.
Sure, yeah. So their technology rose above all the rest, like really fast. After maybe other governments were dissolved. A bunch of other governments were dissolved, and it's just like, all right, every planet you can do whatever trade do your trade, conduct it for yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no real constraining body or federal government to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But then one planet, which should we give this planet a name? Stop sighing.
What's a Roman god or a Greek god? Because I think it's Roman god that we have.
Zeus. Or Roman? Jupiter. You can't call it Jupiter.
No, we can't. Wow. Whoa.
You said Roman god.
Whoa, and you named one that was already named after a planet.
Yeah, they're all named after, all plants are named after them, though.
I know, find another Roman god. There's more
Mars? Who do you want?
Figure out another one.
Venus? I don't know who you want. They're all named after.
I know
all
one of
plants
them.
are named
I know
after
one of
them.
my worlds that I've created just on my free time. I named it Vesta, which means home, which I thought was nice.
Isn't that like a moon or something, I bet?
Look up Roman gods and you can go figure out. And then it's like, sure, that one's great.
Sometimes this can go into topic of world building, where a lot of times you want to do research on your world building.
Research
into real history, and
see. Hey, is there a planet called Jupiter already?
impossible future. So here we go. So the 12 Roman gods: Jupiter, which is Zeus; Juno, which is the wife of Jupiter. I don't know if there's a planet already called Juno. Mars, Mercury, Neptune, Venus. There's Apollo, but I don't know.
We already named the starship Apollo.
There's Diana, which that's Wonder Woman. Minerva, Ceres, which is that's like a moon. That's a pretty important place in the Expanse.
Mm-hmm.
Ceres Station. Vulcan. We can't do Vulcan.
I think we can do Vulcan.
No, we can't.
I don't think anyone will know.
We can't do that.
No one will know. Well, we gotta rip off some ideas, I don't think anyone's gonna really think twice about it.
Vesta. I'm gonna look up if Vesta's an actual planet or moon.
It is. I mean, it's
an asteroid. Yeah, so like.
Oh, it's an asteroid. Well, you know what?
That's like Ceres, dude. That's like Ceres. That's the same exact thing as Ceres. Is an asteroid sort of moon.
Okay, let's look it up. Let's just do Ceres for this, or we can call it Diana.
No, it's so dumb.
Guys, I'm sorry if I'm not as energetic this episode, but I'm getting some bangers every once in a while.
We'll call it the planet Dyack. How about
Dyack? Sure, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a Roman god, though.
After every planet has been, after an age of every planet, kind of being independent of each other.
What do you think NASA's gonna do when you run out of Roman gods? What do you think they're gonna
That was my phone. In case that microphone picked it up, don't look at your phone. You just looked at your phone to see if you got a notification.
No, you're talking to the viewers.
I'm talking to the viewers, right?
What do you think they do? Do you think they're gonna go to Greek gods and then Egyptian gods?
Huh? Oh, for what?
Real
NASA?
life. Yeah, NASA.
For when? What? When they? No, they'll just start numbering them like they have already been doing.
No, but when we start going in there, it's like, let's say mankind,
they'll be named after people.
People?
Like real people, yeah. Well, that's like what America's named after an actual explorer.
Yeah. But are we gonna do that?
Third.
I want some fun names. Oh my gosh, this is a great time to go talk about this on the podcast. I don't know if I told you this I probably did in a long time ago. Okay. But I want to buy a star, right, for $5. Okay. And give it to my grandkids, great grandkids someday. And it's here's a star. Now when mankind colonizes this star, you can say that you bought it for $5.
You think that's really gonna hold up in 500 years, though?
Indeed. Yeah, I bought it.
No.
Yeah.
You bought the rights to it, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my star. I will own a star system someday.
What if somebody already lives there, though?
Then get out of my land. I bought it for $5.
The Dyack system.
It's a good idea, right? They don't have Joey Station. Someday, hopefully, I'll get Joey Station. It's not a bad idea. And I'm wondering, like, because it's $5 after all that time, maybe, like, money changes and like, the worth of $5 just increases so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
That maybe it would actually be worth a star system, so they can't even argue it's not enough money. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a 10 out of 10 idea.
Whatever you say.
I fell in love with that idea freshman year.
Yeah, and you're also going to buy 1 cubic inch of Scotland for him to become a lord.
That's gross. Why do people do that? Why?
What is a square foot of land? I don't even know. Some dumb thing like that. Let me check the recording's still going. Yeah, it's still going.
Oh, well, that's sad.
So yeah, so after
I'm not done with my bit. I'm not done with my bit.
I
remember being in freshman year, right? And I was in social studies. And I don't know what was wrong with me. But I was in a group with like 3 girls. And I'm like, and I told them my plan.
Yeah.
And that was such a cringe moment. Maybe the cringiest thing.
I'm sure.
And like they thought it was funny. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna have a space station. And it's like
I'm crying.
That's actually the cringiest thing I did in all of high school. But I remember it so well.
Well, yeah, you remember those things.
Yeah, that's like when I don't. It doesn't keep me awake at night because I know some people are like, I can't sleep. I'm thinking about the cringy thing I did in freshman year of high school or like middle school.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? When it happens, my grandchildren be like, this is for Joey, right? This is his star.
It's dumb.
So hopefully, you know what? Maybe my star should be named after me.
Whatever.
It'll be the Ash Pacer star.
So all right, so yeah, we have our history. After an age of every planet being independent of each other, the Dyack system rose above the rest in technology and prosperity.
They used Blitzkrieg.
And then they led a conquest and just kind of a...
They revolutionized slipstream travel.
Sure.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm just saying they rose above the rest in technology. Again, we're
Totally
speedrunning
cool.
this. We're speedrunning
Totally
build.
cool. That includes all that. Weapons. If they start adapting all these things, they just take their technology. They assimilate them.
Sure. Yeah. And they become just the Confederacy.
And we are part of the planets that have not yet been assimilated, then maybe?
Maybe. We're in what? Frontier space.
Yeah. Or maybe our planet was just recently assimilated and now that we're kind of...
Well, no, because I'm
nomads?
from Earth. I don't know what alien you are.
Oh, you're right.
Right. We're like out of our element. We're just trying to make our way through this dangerous universe, you know?
You can be like, Earth is not assimilated yet, right? Earth has a fighting chance.
Earth might be either in the future or the past. Or, yeah, either or, really. Who knows what happened, you know, if it could be in the future. You know, it could be in an alternate dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm from Earth and I don't really care. I've been stuck here for so long that...
What if that's like the season finale thing is like, where's Earth? It's like, oh, Earth isn't even in this galaxy. This is like actually the Andromeda Galaxy.
Nah, I'm thinking this is like the universe, dude.
A different universe.
This could be the entire universe except for Earth, maybe.
What if we like, this is the Pegasus Galaxy? Is the Pegasus Galaxy real? Or is it just made up in Stargate?
No, it's totally real. Well, they also go there in Captain Marvel or whatever.
Do they?
That's where the Skrulls wanted to go, right? Because that's what Marvel's project was called. It was the Pegasus Project.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, worst Marvel movie.
That's fine.
Worse than Thor: The Dark World, because at least Thor: The Dark World was funny.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. It was very funny. The intern's intern, hilarious.
That was not funny.
That was very funny to me.
Sucks. That's dumb.
That was very funny. Loki's great in that movie as well and stuff. Captain Marvel, there's like Nick Fury, and that's the only redeeming quality of that movie.
Okay, so we have the universe of Lightspeed then. Now, something I was thinking we could do with this is that we could do these sort of improv episodes where I'm Lightspeed and you're Ash Pacer.
Oh, wow.
And we just kind of record ourselves, and we're like in the podcast. We're just kind of
we role play.
We're role playing.
We dress as the characters.
No,
we won't have cameras.
It's not.
No one will know.
It's not live action. You know, we would just we would pretend that we're these characters, and we would just improv and hopefully do funny sketches or something. I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe in the far future we can do this.
What if we just have one episode?
We wouldn't have to do that all the time.
April Fool's episode, okay. April Fool's episode, we only refer to each other as our character names, and we just treat it as if we're...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think that's what we do, is for April Fool's. We just totally don't reference this at all. So we keep silent on this until April Fool's, and then we'll see what fans made it this far.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
This will reward
fans. We don't have fans.
We have fans.
I don't think we do.
We have a fan.
Sure. So, yeah, are we done with? Do you have anything to add to world building?
No. No, I want to watch Bad Batch because we haven't watched the episode yet.
So hopefully, you learned something from this whole thing. Whoever is listening.
They didn't. We didn't really.
No.
I think it's more in-depth stuff. I don't think people have trouble world building. It's getting their stuff going and actually getting the motivation to write it.
An important thing about it.
Neither one of us have experience doing.
What do you mean?
Have you wrote your story yet?
Well, I wrote that book. I wrote the first chapter of whatever book.
Oh, yeah. One chapter of how many chapters?
I think it was 2 or 3 chapters. But no, I'm DMing, dude. I can actually say that my world building has led to something productive.
Yeah.
You can't. You cannot.
Yeah. Well, technically, Ash Pacer was the name of one of my characters in one of my things. But
yeah, and that you really had a world build to stream video games.
Yeah, I know.
With 0 viewers.
I had 1 viewer one time. And it was not myself, actually.
If that's what you think. Alright, so that's the universe of Lightspeed. Maybe we'll expand on that at a later date. We can go a bit more in-depth on these topics.
Mm-hmm.
Probably be a while till we do that. Let me look back at our format. So, upcoming podcast news. I did not fill out anything for that. But you just mentioned...
4th of July?
We could do Independence Day. We could watch Independence Day. Maybe
Gross.
that's what we do.
Definitely not watching Independence Day.
You've never watched it. The first Independence Day is considered good. We won't watch the second one. We will save that until next year. We watch the second Independence Day. Was it Independence Day Resurgence, I think?
Yeah, something
because
like that.
Independence Day, that's science. That's
Let's
a
just
classic.
talk about 4th of July movies, and maybe we can we can watch Independence Day as a kind of a side thing.
We're gonna figure out how to watch Independence Day.
No, I think we watch The Patriot. We talk about The Patriot. We'll talk about Captain America. I'm sure we're gonna talk about Captain America.
That's not sci-fi though, dude.
We don't need to do sci-fi.
Our whole podcast is sci-fi.
This isn't a sci-fi podcast. This is whatever we want. We talked about Loki. We talked about superheroes. We're not just
that's science fiction.
Hey, The Patriot is science fiction.
It's fiction.
It's science
fiction. That's for sure. We've watched that so many times, though. We need something new. That's what I'm saying.
But it's so good.
So, all right. Yeah, so...
It's one of my favorite movies.
So you want to plug your streams or whatever?
They know at this point. We've been through
Ash Pacer
on Twitch.
And that. Yeah. What are you streaming right now? What have you been
Halo
streaming?
2. I gotta finish Halo 3. I was thinking about doing the Fallout games, but the problem with doing the Fallout games is that
they suck.
No. Is that a lot of the radio music is copyrighted?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Which
so
is
you have to play without the radio.
But even just throughout the world, there's radios everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to have to quickly run up to them and turn them off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I going to do? Install mods to get rid of the music? No.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the radio stations are copyright free.
Okay.
but barely any of them are. And I'm not
Sure.
going to know which ones are copyright or whatever. So I'm just going to avoid it.
Okay, so you're playing Halo.
Maybe I'll play Fallout 2, because I don't think that one really has any copyright music. But
Have you been uploading your past streams to anything yet?
they're just FODs on there right now. Probably not going to save my Halo stuff.
Okay.
Until I get to Halo 4, maybe I will. But I'm not good at Halo 2. Like, one of our mutual friends messaged me on Discord yesterday and it's like, hey, are you streaming today? And I'm like, no, I have to work. He's like, darn. He's like, he's about to watch me stream. And I'm very, very self-conscious about people watching me play Halo 2. Once we get to Halo 4, though, and Halo 5, I'll be so excited.
All right, so I think that's it for this episode, right?
How long was this episode? How much time did we waste?
We're hitting 57 minutes right now.
Oh, this is a great.
It's a great time
Yeah.
to stop. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Faster Than Lightspeed podcast. Check us out on Twitter at Capped Lightspeed. I'm thinking about putting up some polls at some point about maybe some more showdowns. I don't know.
Showdowns? Oh, I thought of a good showdown, but I don't remember what it was.
Well,
darn.
we'll say that.
We'll save it, yeah.
So yeah, we'll put.
I thought of it. Wait, did I think of it? It was. Who would? Oh my gosh. Oh, I remember this. Okay, a final thing. Okay, who do you think would win? Okay, the kid from Sky High, right? The main character from Sky High, or Invincible?
Oh, we'll say that. That's a good one though.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
We gotta save that. So yeah, we'll be post. Yeah, hopefully I want to post more stuff on Twitter.
You like it, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's our big one. That's our big one. That's our big one next time.
No, except nobody's seen. So nobody's seen Sky High.
Everybody's seen Sky High.
If
literally ask anyone.
If you're older than like 17, you have not.
No.
Or I mean younger than.
I
17.
say if you're older than like
No, I meant
30.
I meant if you're younger than 17, you have not seen it. That's what I meant. I said it wrong. So yeah,
maybe.
we'll be posting our listener episodes on there too. So this has been your Captain Kenny with my XO,
Joey.
and this has been the Fast and Lightspeed podcast.
All right, grab that gem. See you next.
No, stop! You're
grab that
copying a Weekly Planet.
I know. I was waiting for that bit all day.